Let's go. Hi, I'm Ulysses,
And I'm Henry.
and this is Transmissions from the Dollar Bin.
Boom,
So,
boom, boom.
you got it. That's the whole vibe of it. Very simple premise. I pick up books at the Dollar Bin at my local comic shop. I accumulate a pile. We look at a few, and you look at them with us, and it's that simple. Starting off with Kurt Busiek's Astro City. I picked it up because I knew the name and it looked good. I really don't know much else about this. Do you?
Actually, I do. So I've read this one and several of them, and there's a story behind it if we have time for it.
Yep.
Deep. I had read a book. I like as I grew older, being a comic fan, I thought about the stories and the characters a lot, and I realized, or I came to the conclusion myself that um, superheroes were kind of like a modern mythology, although maybe ancient people took their mythology seriously, but it was kind of like that because these superheroes, especially the superpowered ones, were kind of like gods. And so when I was at a used bookstore, I found this book called Superheroes of Modern Mythology. And I read it, and they talked about some comics I have not read, including The Watchmen. And I never read The Watchmen. I do kind of remember the ads when it was coming out. But they talked about it in a way in that book that made me curious. So I went to the local comic book shop, and I happened to know somebody that was working there, and I ordered the Watchmen because they didn't have it in stock, and but I really had the Jones to read something like that. So I asked him, "I was like, do you have anything like that?" And he said, "Yeah, try this one," and it was Astro City. So I bought a bunch of those, and it was doubly interesting because in the letters to the editor section in one of them, this one I think is all about Samaritan, which was kind of like their Superman character.
This guy here.
But yeah, it later on in their letters to the editor section, I, there's a guy who I knew who they published his letter in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fun stuff.
but it's a very deconstructionist take on superheroes, which is why I think he recommended them when I asked, for something like The Watchmen.
I like this bird guy.
Yeah,
We'll
there
have to
was
do
also
an
there was
episode on Watchmen sometime.
we probably should. There was a character in one of they were telling a retro story, like a flashback to the Silver Age heroes, or in the Astro City universe. And one of the characters was named the Bouncing Beatnik. He was he's like only appeared in a few panels, but it was pretty funny.
It's called Metropole. I picked it up just because I the name was familiar and I thought the cover was interesting. Epic Comics, which was Marvel Marvel sub what did they call it? The Marvel imprint.
Marvel imprint, yeah.
I just like to pick up different things just to get some ideas on,
Hmm.
different ways of making art, different approaches to comic book storytelling.
Yeah, I went through a phase like too when I first got stationed at Bragg. I had money in my pocket for the first time in my life, and there was a local comic book shop in Fayetteville, the first one I'd ever been to. And I went through a phase where just like anything that looked mildly interesting, I picked it up. Of course, I love the retro pulpy stuff and the superhero stuff, but like I bought an issue of Love and Rockets. Just like once I read it, it's like, oh, okay, that's what that's about. And I never bought another one, but stuff like that, all kinds of strange titles, Independence, and the small imprints. And I found some nuggets in that.
This is kind of an odd thing.
The artwork's very odd too.
It looks like um like a fictional newspaper article or something. Very weird.
Hmm.
This was actually not from a dollar bin. I picked it up at a flea market. It was not really from a dollar bin, but it's dollar bin transmissions type material.
Cheater,
Daredevil.
you're going to ruin
Um,
our reputation.
it's mostly send your complaints to the email below.
Okay.
Mostly articles actually, but it does have
Yeah.
this I don't think this Frank Miller piece has been reprinted anywhere else.
Hmm.
So, and it's all about Daredevil stuff, interviews, Frank Miller, Klaus Janson interview. So looking forward to reading this pretty substantial, you know,
Yeah.
interview, right? So,
That's a very much so. Yeah.
so it'll be interesting. From 81, I believe, 1982. So it'll be interesting to read through that.
By the way, um, do you like, you're familiar with the Daredevil's like Silver Age costume, the yellow and black, yellow and black or yellow and red?
Yep.
Do you like that or the red costume better?
Oh, I much prefer the red.
See, I'm the opposite. I wish they'd have stuck with the other one.
He's devil. You got to
But
put him in
then
red.
again, I like loud colors.
Um, Icon Devil, another one from the post Ninja Turtles black and white indie boom.
Uh-huh.
Dystopian future. I read through it. I pick up these mostly just to see what other people have done with the black and white.
Hmm.
So I can pick up stuff like that. Maybe use some of that sort of technique in my books.
Is that just like 28 pages or even less?
It's 32,
Oh, what was I wrong?
and I got issue 2 here.
So is Icon Devil, is he a mutant?
I don't know.
Okay.
I love the how they express fur here. This is a cool way of drawing
Yeah.
fur.
That expression is evocative too.
This buddy doesn't miss a squat day. Look at his butt.
In case you're into that kind of thing.
I mean, he looks cool.
It does. It's nice art.
That's a cool splash. I like that technique. Double page spread almost completely, but on the side you get some more storytelling here.
Hmm.
It's cool.
Is that dude flying or is he jumping out of a window or something?
He's jumping out the window. You can see all these shards of glass here.
Okay.
This I got in one town over. They had wasn't a dollar bin, but it was I got the whole series for about two bucks a piece. So Jim Starlin, I believe it's somewhat of a retelling of the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Okay. Oh,
It's called Gilgamesh 2.
it, well, you know, I saw that title and I didn't take the time to pronounce it in my mind. So it's probably worth reading just for because I've never actually read the Epic of Gilgamesh. I've read references to it a lot.
So again, mostly bought, for the artwork. get some
Hmm.
ideas. Uh, and storytelling techniques. Great cover here.
Yeah, when you look at it at first glance, it looks like Gil Game, and then there's a H on the end that I apparently missed.
Zat. Zat again. I guess there's a guy zatting all over the place. Zat.
That's his favorite onomatopoeia.
He's a Zat man.
Oh, there's a different one. Skoo
Skurak.
Rock or Skoo Rack.
Again, cool cover. I did read the Epic of Gilgamesh uh, several years ago. I don't know if I'd remember enough to be able to compare it against this story here.
Hmm.
That looks cool.
Was it a difficult read? Did it keep your interest fairly
Well, anything with
consistently?
these ancient texts, there's requires a lot of internal, tuning up so that you kind of you got to tune up to their sensibilities, their style of telling stories. Like I read the Odyssey, but it doesn't really follow a structure that I'm familiar
Yeah,
with. It's mostly just a bunch of things happening, and just also the values. It's you keep looking for when is he going to save the day or whatever, but that's not what the story about, because back then the values were more towards might makes right. So he
yeah,
survives and comes back home, but his whole crew died, and he, you know, threw them under the bus. They all died for it, and he's considered a hero, right? Because he
right.
survived.
And
Um,
that's why I ask because I've read the Iliad and the Odyssey, and it was work.
yeah,
It was work reading it. And
oh for
when you're
sure.
done, you're kind of exhausted from
Yeah.
you know focusing so hard on following the narrative.
So that's transmission from the Odyssey, from the dollar
From
bin.
the dollar bin. No, no, no. From the dang Ulysses. I forgot the name of our show.
Transmissions from the dollar bin. Thanks for joining us. See you in the next one.
So long.